Well, good morning, y'all. It's definitely a Monday because here we are at the house in the middle of the day and we have a full schedule today. That's because the mower's broke again. It's not broke, but it's definitely no more mowing yards until you fix it broke. So here we are at the house to unload it to see how bad it is because we don't know what parts we need, but we do know that the dealer in the next town over has most of the parts that we think we need to fix this. But the mower's down. Literally drove the wheels off it today, if you know what I mean. Let me unload it and show you. So, y'all want to see the custom modifications I did to my rim? Look at that right there. Look at that. So, all those are tight, but they're not because it was loose enough for the rim to start moving and it wallowed out holes. And now, it's really jacked. It's a good thing because the whole time I was mowing today, I was like, man, this thing is mowing weird. Like really weird. And I actually thought it was a front caster because it was just acting weird. It was driving weird. Also, this side was cutting a little lower because you can see it's not right. When we got done, I went to load it on the trailer and I said, let me look at what's going on. It was not the front caster. I thought for sure the noise I was feeling and the vibration I was feeling was from the front caster because it felt like it matched up with the way the caster was moving. Turns out it was all right here below me. Did not see any of it. Actually, it never made a noise. You felt it. I actually thought it was just driving funny and pulling a little this way. Also, this was slightly lower today, so I was thinking maybe I bent a blade. But also, it's my biggest commercial property, and it's one of those jobs that you just hope to get done eventually. And I was thinking maybe I'm just not in the mood today, and I'm just thinking that everything's wrong with this mower. There was actually something wrong with the mower. So now we got to rip this apart. We know we need a new rim, 4 new studs, 4 new nuts. But first, we got to get it off to see if there's anything else we need, because the local dealer doesn't have it. We actually have to go to the next town over to get all the parts, and they actually don't have a rim. They're going to take a rim off of a showroom floor and replace mine, and then they'll order the one I buy today and put it back on their showroom floor. But before we go, we want to make sure we have all the parts, or we have a parts list. That way when we get home we can go back to mowing, because we finished our big commercial property, but we had a whole day planned after this, which clearly we're probably not going to get to. We'll be lucky to get this fixed by dark, which means tomorrow it's going to be a long day. Ooh-wee. That one was hot. All right, 2 of those won't come out. That's not great. Also, those feel like 1,000,000,000 degrees. So, I guess we'll see if we can get this hub off, and maybe that'll come out. There was probably a way easier way to do that, but the rim's probably not supposed to be in the way. Plus we know the rim's ruined. Hopefully that comes off without much effort. Woo! Awesome. Y'all better get out of the way. I don't want y'all to get hurt. Hopefully it comes off. Still? Oh man, I kind of thought you'd come off by now. Well, that's not going to come off at all, because you got to take the brake caliper off to get that off, and we can't take that off to get the rim off. We're not going to get the rim off till we cut these studs. So that's a dilemma. That's a problem. That is a problem. Whew, how do we do this? How do we do this? I've got an idea. We're gonna put it all back together, and we're gonna load it up, and we're gonna let the dealer help us out, because I'm sure they have a cutting torch, and it's gonna be a lot easier to cut those off with a cutting torch than the tools I got here. Good news. You see that right there? That's rain. That means by the time I get this fixed, I'm probably not gonna mow anyway, because it'll be raining. And it'll be raining almost an inch, so maybe we're not mowing tomorrow either. Awesome. This has been the strangest year. It's August, and it's still, we're getting rained out every week still in August. Oh well, at least maybe we can fix the mower today. Alright, let's go see how long it takes to fix this thing. It's 4 o'clock. They close at 6. Wah wah wah. Guess what? More broken parts than we thought. The hub is actually damaged as well, and they don't have one. So guess what? A mower gets to spend the night here, and they're gonna get it fixed first thing in the morning, and we should have it back by noon, which gives us enough time to maybe complete today's yards and some of tomorrow's yards, so we won't be too far behind. So, sleep tight. See you guys in the morning. Why, good morning. I hope y'all slept well. I did not, because I know how much work I have to do once I get this mower back. They just called. It's 11:15 a.m. It should be ready by noon. So we are on the way, because it's the next town over. It takes us about an hour to get there, which means it'll be about an hour to get back. Which means if we're lucky, we could start mowing by about 1:30 today. And I will tell you one thing, it's so weird starting late in the day. Like, my whole day has been, it's just weird because I'm used to doing a certain thing at a certain time every day of the week. And right now, it's not raining, so it's weird to be at home not mowing before the heat of the day. Today, we're gonna start in the hottest part of the day, which could be good, could be bad, because now I get a chance to mow some of my yards that are normally wet in the morning, and they're gonna be dry. So it may make some of the yards mow easier, but it could make some of the yards mow harder. So we'll see. It's exciting, I guess. We're probably not gonna finish all of our yards today, but we'll make a pretty good dent. I was also talking to the dealer about what could have caused this to happen, other than the obvious that we did not tighten the lug nuts correctly. He asked, did you have a tire off recently? I said, we had a tire off, but that was like 70 days ago. I looked it up, it was just over 2 months ago, and probably almost 100 hours, 125 hours of mowing. So you would think if we did that incorrectly, that would have showed up like a week or two later, not several months later. So we don't think it's that, or not directly that. I mean, yes, it could have been loose because of us doing that, and we just didn't catch it, and then over time it just got worse and worse, and then you saw the carnage. But like, I'm pretty confident because we checked the air on the tires yesterday morning. We would have noticed that. Whatever that was, it happened fast and it happened in a hurry. So I don't know, I'm gonna chalk that up as maybe our fault, maybe not our fault, maybe something we did led to that instance. But it got me thinking, I love my SCAG, I love that mower, but the last month's been pretty rough on that mower. I went from thinking I had a perfect machine to it's been to the shop 4 times in the last month. It's had 4 new spindles put on it, every idler pulley was replaced and all the bearings were replaced, and now this issue with the, I don't know, the lug nuts coming loose and destroying a rim and a hub and all that stuff. So it's got me wondering, is there anything out there that's built to last anymore? Because this mower was a tank until it wasn't. Between hours 300 and 400, it's been real rough. Before that, I'd have told you SCAG is the best mower out there. And it's got me thinking, is it the mower or is it the way I'm using the mower? Because yes, I'm frustrated because it went from being an amazing machine to now all of a sudden it's needing attention on a lot of things that could be my fault, could not be my fault, but at the end of the day, it's a machine you use to make money, and it doesn't matter how much you like it or how good you think it is. If it costs you more money than you're making, then it's like, are you using it incorrectly? Is the machine not up to the task you're doing, or do you just have a bad machine? I don't think I have a bad machine, not at all. I think SCAG makes a great mower. I do, however, think maybe some of the jobs I've been doing are maybe too much for that machine. So that's the only thing I can think about right now is, it's not that it's a bad machine, maybe I'm asking too much of it, because I have done a ton of cleanups and a ton of jobs maybe you should have used a tractor for, but at the time of doing those jobs, it handled it well and did an amazing job. So I just thought, man, this mower is great. So maybe it's the mowers, maybe the mowers aren't up to the task, because I do a lot of country acres. I don't do very many nice neighborhood yards. I do a lot of things where it kind of feels like I'm cutting hay all the time, and maybe the zero turn's not the right tool for the job. Maybe a SCAG is not the right tool for the job. I know they're very heavy, they're very heavy. Maybe there's a better mower for that. Maybe there's a mower more suited for rough, dirty mowing, not clean, fine cut mowing, because it seems that a lot of my mowing is very hard mowing. It's never very easy mowing. Now, I do have nice yards that I do mow, but the majority of them, where I make most of my money, is I'm taking care of some properties that are not so nice. They just want to be cut, and usually it's very tall when you cut it, so it's like you're making really, really tall grass very short. So the SCAG was an amazing machine, but is all that work I'm doing with it starting to be the reason why it needs more attention, like why things are starting to need to be serviced and replaced and things are wearing out? Or is it just because things aren't made to last anymore? Because I find myself looking at other brands wondering, can they handle the task? Would I be more happy or less happy if I switch brands? Because I don't know until you know. So, things to ponder. Is it the machines? Is it the way you're using them? Is maybe they're just not built to do what you want them to do? What do y'all think? All right, we made it. Let's go see how expensive this breakdown was. Look at that. They gave me my broken parts. So here's all the wheel studs. They had to cut 2 of them to get them off. And the reason the hub is bad, well, basically you can see the heat they used, because one of the lug nuts was turning in there, so there was no way you were ever gonna reuse it. So that's why we had to get a new hub. And these are trashed. You can see. It's crazy. We were talking about it. I told them I'm pretty sure it wasn't completely loose when we started the job, but it was like a 5-hour mowing job, and by the end, you can see how much wear it had right there, just metal on metal, just eating that rim away. Still don't know why everything got loose, but it got loose in a hurry. And also, we got the bill for it. It was $531 to fix this. Which doesn't mean we worked for free yesterday, but we didn't make a whole lot of money yesterday while we mowed. That being said, it's time to get this guy back to work. We're behind, we need to catch up, and we're running out of daylight. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. We love you, and we'll see ya in the next one.